This is my dad, Jerry Sutterfield. He's been coaching for a long time, and he's arguably one of the most successful high school cross country coaches in America. So, how long have you been coaching and teaching?
I was a teacher and a coach for 34 years, and I'm still involved in the school system. So it's been it's been 37 years.
And where and when did you start coaching and teaching?
I started my teaching and coaching career at Newman Smith High School in 1979. I was an industrial arts teacher. I also coached boys sports, coached football, basketball, and track. We had an eighth grade within that high school at that time, and so I coached everything from the eighth grade, ninth grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. Uh, from, uh, from Newman Smith, I was there for 2 years. I taught 5 classes in 5 different classrooms, so it was a busy 2 year time. I took a position at North Carrollton Junior High, a brand new junior high that opened. I was the athletic coordinator there. I coached again football, basketball, and track. Then I also was the industrial arts teacher, one of the industrial arts teachers there. In the fall of 1985, I took a position in Highland Park ISD at McCullough Middle School. At McCullough Middle School, I taught industrial arts, and I also coached boys sports, football, basketball, and track, and I was their athletic coordinator at their junior high. Through that time, I also had responsibilities at the high school level in both football and track. Eventually, moving as a coach into the high school, I continued teaching at the middle school level. At the middle school, I also helped them start a wrestling program during my time there. Eventually became the head boys track and field coach at Highland Park High School. And as the years went, eventually in 1994, I became the head girls and boys cross country coach and the head boys and girls track and field coach. Did that for a couple of years. And at the end of 2 years, I was moved and named the head girls cross country coach and head girls track and field coach, and did that until I retired in 2013. I left the classroom in 2002 to become the Highland Park girls athletic director. I continued to coach during that time, but I was no longer a teacher. So that was kind of my career there.
All right. What kinds of honors and awards have you received?
You know, I've been very, very fortunate as a teacher and a coach. I've had great kids. Uh, some of the awards, I was named National High School Coach of the Year in girls cross country. It was 1999. I was State Coach of the Year multiple times. I was the Dallas Morning News Coach of the Year. One of the things that I'm really proud of is I was the McCullough Middle School Teacher of the Year. I've been named to 2 different Hall of Fames after my coaching has stopped. That was the Cross Country Coaches Association of Texas and the Texas Girls Coaches Association Coach of the Year. Was named Baylor Educator, Most Memorable Educator. I was also 1 year named Hummer Hero Award through TCU. There was also some magazines, online organizations. Mile Split named me Coach of the Year before. Then I was also District Coach of the Year a number of times. One thing I'm very proud of being a part of is we won 9 state championships in girls cross country when I was the head coach. And during my 18 years as the head coach of girls cross country, we medaled first, second, or third 14 times, but 9 of those were state championships.
What kind of impact do you think you've made on some of the kids that you've coached?
Uh, you know, Dan, the impact you are as a teacher and a coach, you sometimes don't see that for maybe years later. There have been those students in the classroom or athletes that I coached that you could kind of see some progression through a year or 2 years or 4 years that maybe you've had an influence on making them a better person. But some of those, you never know what's going to happen until you may lay the foundation and the groundwork, but can't really see what happens. Had some really fortunate people that I've worked with.
And can you tell me about some of the career successes of your athletes?
You know, I've had a couple of young ladies that after they finished their high school and career and went on to graduate from college. One, Taylor Hughes, was the assistant for Condoleezza Rice for a while, and then was also Karl Rove's assistant in the White House during President Bush's reign. Another, Bonnie Kate Marshall, was the assistant to H.W. Bush after he was president. She helped through his foundation and some of the other things that he was involved in. One of those that I'm really proud of is a young lady named Sarah Sutherland. Sarah was a runner in high school, then went on to college. She just recently competed in the U.S. Olympic trials, finished 6th in the 1500 in the U.S. Olympic trials, so she was very close of being an Olympian. And she is now competing professionally for Saucony and competes all over the world. So I'm real proud of her. Great person.
What was a memorable race that you coached?
You know, there's races. I've been able to coach hundreds of races. There's one that always sticks out to me, which actually it took place that the result of the race one year was because of what happened the year before. In 2003 in girls cross country, we were one of the top teams. We'd won the state championship the year before, and as 2003 we lined up at the state meet, very successful, and had a great race. But then another team had a better race. El Paso Del Valle came, and they won the state championship, and they beat us by 1 point in 2003. The memorable race comes the year later in 2004. We lined up again at the state meet. El Paso Del Valle was in the starting block, in the starting box right next to us. A lot of intensity, and I saw some very confident young ladies on our team, and we had a great race. We set a new state record in scoring in our classification, and we won the state championship that year. So it was kind of what happened the year before created what happened in 2004. It was pretty great. There were a lot of races that I coached that are memorable, but that was one that really stands out with me.
So what do you do now?
I chose to try to retire. I retired from athletic director and coaching in 2013. I talked to our superintendent, Dr. Dawson Orr, and told him of my desire to retire. And he came back 3 days later and said, "Hey, Jerry, we've got an idea. The school board and I have been looking for somebody to take on a part-time position for the school in the school district. And my title right now is called Coordinator of Student Integrity and Compliance." What that means is my position is 2 parts. I work with all the student leaders, coaches, and their sponsors if they're elected to student council. An athletic captain, somebody that's an officer in the band, maybe an officer in the robotics club, anything like that, both at the middle school to high school level. I work with those young people and also their sponsors and coaches about continuous, consistent leadership, and also try to help them problem solve through maybe some issues they may be having in their organization. One of the things, the other part of that of my job I do is working with students and families that are affected by alcohol and other drugs, and I'm very passionate about that. I try to educate them, educate the staff at our schools, and try to also reach out into the community for support for some of those young people and families, but also try to educate into our community about alcohol and other drugs, and it's minors' use of alcohol is pretty big, and so try to help people who are affected by that.
Thank you very much.